Welcome to Heart Dialogue, where we believe that meaningful dialogues have the power to inspire, heal, and connect us on a deeper level. In this podcast, it's also about gathering and lifting a whole community up. Let us stand in response to people's cries and generate a current of dialogues for a better world. Let's HTHD! What people didn't see is actually before all these boss babes, right, become the boss, become the babes, what have they gone through? And for the purpose of women empowering, that's why I'm doing this session today.
Hi, I'm Lynn. So basically, currently I'm running a global health and wellness business.
I'm a single mother of two. So basically, I also run a global wellness business. And
Hey, I'm Sherlyn. I'm doing real estate consultant and also having a co-living business. So my identity now is also like a mom. I've got 2 boys and of course a wife and a family.
Hi guys, welcome to Heart Dialogue today. And today is going to be a very, very special session. We have our boss babes here. We have Lynn, we have Zen,
hello,
and we have Sherlyn over the Zoom.
Hey.
And I need to thank Sherlyn because she has been sick for the past 1 week. And yet, she can choose to actually back up and say that, hey, I'm not feeling well. I'm having this very high fever, but she's still here with us via Zoom. I just want to give her a lot of icing. Thank you. Yeah. And maybe let me share with you all a little bit of the reason why we do these very special sessions. Because I think on and off, a lot of us, especially entrepreneur, like boss, right? Like entrepreneur, like your friend will tell you, hey, you have such a good life. Oh, you're enjoying your life, right? But see, I'm struggling right now. I can't find my purpose. I'm lonely. But guess what? What people didn't see is actually before all these boss babes, right, become the boss, become the babes, what have they gone through? And for the purpose of women empowering, that's why I'm doing this session today, and together with the IG Live, the audience, and we're gonna deep dive with what Zen have mentioned earlier on about mindset, and especially their stories behind this brighter smile, right? Okay, let's get started. And maybe, babes, you all can introduce yourself. Like, who are you? What are you doing right now? And your identity. All right, so maybe let's start with Lynn.
Okay. It's here, right?
This camera.
Right. Hi, I'm Lynn. So basically, currently I'm running a global health and wellness business. So back then, before that, I was a construction in the construction line as a quantity surveyor consultant. Yeah, so I'm a mother of 2.
Oh,
yeah,
cute.
Yeah. So basically, my identity, right, I would say is about really about woman empowerment. Yeah, it's really about woman empowerment because I feel that as mommies, we should really like stand up.
Yes.
For ourselves, and I feel that it's about us acceptance of who we are in the past. Yeah.
Okay.
And then to move forward and not looking at the back. Yeah. So in fact, I would say that it's acceptance and awareness before change.
And move forward.
Correct.
Not looking backwards.
Correct.
That's pretty.
Yeah. So just take the past as our life experience and learn from the mistakes.
Yes.
Because who never fails in life, frankly speaking.
Yeah.
Everyone fails.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of acceptance of ourselves.
Yes.
And self-love. Very important.
Yes.
I
need to touch my heart.
Yeah,
yes.
I feel self-love very important because I was someone back then, after I have my kids, right? I really forgotten about how to self-love myself.
Okay, we'll come to self-love later on. Definitely, Sherlyn and Zen have very, very much to say about it as well.
Yeah.
And maybe Zen, could you introduce yourself?
Okay, I think first and foremost, thanks for inviting me. It's a very, very beautiful place, I have to say, and very comfortable, etc.
With the Shin-chan.
Exactly right. So it's the eyes I always wanted, couldn't get. Singapore eyes. Okay, anyway. like Lynn, I'm a single mother of two. So basically, I also ran a global wellness business. And then I think in terms of your question, what is my identity? I think it has changed along the way.
Okay.
Prior to running my own business, in fact, I was an auditor, right? Because I wanted a safety net where, just doing the books and auditing is a iron rice bowl. And I decided it's not my cup of tea, right? I'm like, oh my God, I can't even imagine doing audit the rest of my life. No, nothing against auditors online. I'm sorry about that. Just that it's not my cup of tea, okay? And then after that, I moved on to being a headhunter because I wanted to help people find their dream jobs.
Okay.
And I think in the midst of helping people find their dream jobs, I think it's a law of attraction why I'm here today because even as headhunters, I realized I was helping mommies find their dream jobs, right? Because in that process of it, I realized that mothers are in a very sensitive position where they have to bring dough back, but yet they have to be the best mother to take care of the kids in terms of education, well-being, etc. Right?
Yes.
But yet at the same time, we are faulted in our corporate life for doing that because I can't put 100% at work. Okay, and then that got me on the journey to say, are you saying that as a mom, or as even a dad, okay, again, no sexism here, but do I really have to choose between work and family? Which I couldn't accept it because why should I choose? Why can't I have the best of both worlds? Because people always tell me, you have to choose either or. But what if I don't want? Right? And then that got me onto this journey of my business where I say, hey, I can then take a step back from corporate, spend time with my children, but yet at the same time, run my own business as well, right? So what's my identity? I think it changed when I did this business, I said that I wanted to give options to mothers out there where they can run both things at the same time, where they tell the world that, hey, I don't have to choose between corporate and family. I can do both, right? That's how I started out. But after I went through my divorce, I realized that there are many other single mummies like that who needs help where I think one divorce, and let's be honest, I took a lot of time myself and I'm still recovering from it to find back my identity because I was a wife, I was a mother, I was a daughter, right? And suddenly the wife identity got taken away from me and I was really lost, right? And a lot of people then lose themselves because they feel, hey, is it because I'm not good enough? Is it because I'm not gorgeous enough? Is it because I don't have personality and that's why I'm now a single mom?
Yes.
Right. And then that made me realize that can't be it, right? So when now I'm on this journey to helping other people, I then want to give back hope to other single mummies or maybe single dads like me to say, we have a second chance. Things happen for a reason because the universe is telling you that certain things are not right and he's giving you a second chance to make things right. And that is to bring back the confidence, to bring back the fact that you are you. Whoever left you or whoever has any so-called disaster in your life, that doesn't define you. In fact, it should make you stronger. It is easier said than done, I'll be honest. I still struggle with it. But I'm hoping that my newfound identity would then help everybody who is in my position or similar to my position to find back yourself to say, hey, you are good enough. All we have to do is just step forward and try again. You know why? Trying again, it is an action of strength. Trying again and standing back up is what you should do. That's for me. So I do hope, I always believe the universe gives me something because I'm supposed to give back something. And I feel this is probably my calling now to say that whatever has happened in my life is to change me so that I can help other people be stronger again. And that when we as mummies are strong, our kids will be strong, right? As I always believe that when we are down, the kids are down. So divorce should not always lead to a disaster. It can be better as long as we're willing to change our concept and mindset about it.
Okay, we will come into more detail for that part. And for whatever Zen has shared, right? I just have this thought that I just want to share with you. You are just a living proof. You're like a phoenix. Yeah.
It took very long, and I guess I'm still like that. I was burning actually, not one of
Yes.
the bird that gonna chao ta.
You're not a 超大 one.
Yeah, but I was.
Yeah.
And they would have seen it, like burn black. Yeah, exactly.
Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Exactly,
Definitely.
Exactly. Yes.
I think Sherlyn has a lot of things to share, to talk about, to share as well, regarding this part. Like maybe you can share a little bit about yourself, your identity as well, Sherlyn.
Hey, I'm Sherlyn. I'm doing real estate consultant and also having a co-living business. So my identity now is also like a mom. I've got 2 boys and of course a wife and a family. So I realized that my identity while growing up was very more like task focused and those kind of very strong women who believe that I can do anything. Like you just give it to me, I'll be able to do it. And when I had my child, then I realized that it kind of shifted what I knew was my reality box, because when the child came, the child could not actually communicate to me in the way that I could. And I was in charge of this person. So I took it very hard on myself. And during those periods, I remember it was like very tough. And I remember one of those days, I was really, my kid was very fussy and couldn't sleep. And I cannot sleep also with the baby because I thought that I had to be with the baby. It was like over caring already until my needs were no longer being served. It was like the baby's needs was more important than mine, even though it's important. But I feel that, hindsight now,
yes.
It's also very important to look after myself. But during then, when I was that mode, it's not that way. It was always like my kid, and then I lost myself. I think I must have looked very bad then, you know, at home and with the baby and all.
So what was your current identity that you have found for yourself?
One word that I found for myself and for all the women, I would like to put in this word is compassion. To be kind to ourselves, to be not so hard, and to love and be compassionate. So this is the word that really, really resonated with me. Yeah, this identity now. To be compassionate to those around you and their family. Yeah.
Thank you. And should I don't need to actually talk about myself, right? Yeah, I'm Candy, the host. And as you can see, we have mommies here, and then we have a single mom here, and I represent maybe the single ladies who's attached. Yeah, so we have different walks of life as well. Yeah, so it's like very diversified. And yeah, thank you for sharing. So at least we know roughly like who you are right now, present, right?
Yes.
Shine bright like a diamond. Okay. Can we talk about a little bit? Like, I always love to ask these questions. What was your darkest moment in your life? Okay, for this so many years, what was the darkest moment in your life, and how this moment actually shaped you into who you are today? Who wants to share first? I mean, just open up to the floor.
Later we cuss or crying, huh?
Jay, do we have any tissue?
Maybe I share first. I really think my darkest moment was my divorce. Yeah.
If you don't mind sharing, I mean, because...
Yeah, of course. And I think a lot of people will never speak about it because divorce is so taboo, right? Even in this society, you may say it's... no big deal, but actually it is. I feel that a lot of people still cannot accept it, and even though we are this generation, honestly, when I was very long with my ex-husband. I was with him since 20 years old.
So like the divorce happened at
just recently, about 2 years ago, etc. Right? I remember when I first started the process, the first thing I did as a woman was, what did I do wrong?
Yes, the self-blaming part.
Yeah, was I not a good mom? Was I not a good wife? What did I do wrong, right? And I tried hanging on to a marriage because I felt that 是我的错. right? Because as a marriage, maybe it's a women's problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was my darkest moment because that's all I knew, right? I was with him since 20.
Yeah. Your whole world.
My whole world revolves around my ex, my children, and I only remembered the fact that my family is my everything, right?
Yes.
And I'm a very family-driven person where until today, I see my parents every day.
Same here.
Yeah, right?
Family-driven.
So family-driven. So to me, having this wholesome, so-called, family, it means that it must be a husband, wife, and kids.
Yes.
I can never imagine that my definition of family is now just a mom and 2 kids. So that really killed me. I can tell you, I always tell people, you can take away my career. I mean, I've changed 3 careers, right? And to be honest, no big deal.
Yes.
Wherever I fall, I stand. And I think Lynn knows me that, right? That I have not 没有感情, but I have no fear of that because to me, it's just stand up and go. What's the big deal?
To me, you have a very strong personality and you know what you want.
What I want, correct. As long as you can fit into my goal of me having a perfect family, I will do anything it takes. Anything. It doesn't matter whether I have to work late. So that has never ever been anything that shook me. I think what really shook me was when my family in itself, the thing that drives me, is broken.
Like crumble.
It crumbled, exactly, right? For once, I'm like, oh dear, who am I already? Because to me is equal family. There is no me equals me. It's me equals family. And so that was really the lowest point of my life. I couldn't get out of the house for 6 months. I really couldn't. I couldn't eat. My team couldn't get me.
Oh my God.
I was so embarrassed to even tell people that I was going through this because unlike me, the person who's known for being a family person is now the person who has a broken family. It was an embarrassment. I'll be very honest. It was life-changing. I felt that I've done my family disgrace. I've done my kids disgrace. I felt that I have failed as a person, right? Which, as a person who's such a go-getter, this failure was something I couldn't take, right? I really asked myself, I mean, let's be honest, I even thought maybe I should just end my life, right? I mean, on air, I'll be very honest. I'm sure a lot of people thought that the only thing that kept me alive was my family, which is my parents and my kids. Because I told myself, if I'm gone, who's going to take care of them?
So did you try to or attempt to?
Never did because of my strong personality of family first, right?
Yes.
Like even in that time, I was not even thinking about myself and I was like, okay, now I'm in this state. Who is going to take care of my children? That's all I thought about was who is going to be there for my children, right? So, but when you are in this kind of down mode, right? Everything happens.
Yes.
Right? You fall sick. I had shingles. I couldn't see for 3 days. Everything was in a mess. Yeah. So I would tell you that the last 2 years was the lowest point of my life where every time I tried to get up, I fall back down because to me, the entire unit is broken.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I became a completely different person.
I think this feeling, it's kind of
the word is lost.
Yeah.
I completely lost myself.
It's like you died.
I died.
You died.
The person I knew no longer existed because I was known as someone who has a husband, who has 2 kids. I'm known as a mother. I'm known as who's and whose wife. I'm known as who's and whose mom. I completely lost myself because now, oh God, the person who's been with me for 20 years, it's no longer part of me. So who am I? Who am I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last 2 years was a blank because I had to re-find myself again and to say, for me, who am I now?
Yeah.
And that it is okay. It is okay to restart again because, this year I'm 42, right? And all this happened at the big 40. They say 40 is life-changing.
Wow, goosebumps already.
It was completely life-changing. I was like, this is an understatement, man, But having said that, as I said, I cannot lie to you to say that I'm totally out of it. I find my times where I still struggle.
Yes.
But you know what's the amazing thing? Like, it is life-changing at 40 because it made me evaluate myself to say, look, I can't be somebody else's wife, can't be somebody else's mom. Who am I? And I'm very grateful.
Yes.
I'm very grateful to God that He gave me this chance to say, look,
Yes.
you're just 40.
Yes.
Even if you make changes right now, it is okay.
Yes.
You can make changes and you can then be yourself again.
Yes.
But this yourself will be somebody you want
Yes.
and you like, and you are yourself. You're no longer somebody else's mom. You're no longer somebody else's wife, but I am Zen.
Yes, you are Zen.
The new Zen who says, then I know what is it I want. Yeah. So
Yes.
I think in all negative things, there will always be positive things that comes out of it. It's only if I allow it.
I see.
Yeah. It was a tough journey, but I am happy to say I'm definitely on the road to recovery. May not be the kind of recovery I want, but I am proud of myself for where I'm standing right now. And it's all thanks to my friends, very good friends, and my team. And of course, my family as well.
And of course, you yourself, because
Yes.
you never
I chose
gave
to,
out yourself.
Yes, I chose to fight.
Yes.
I chose to fight.
You are a fighter.
Yes, that's what I have to say.
And I've read this statement before. It says that people always ask you to move on with grief, move on. No, man, there's no move on. We only move forward. We move forward with the grief. We move forward with the sadness.
Yes.
Like you died,
I died.
but now you're alive. This is a second chance in life.
Yes. And I think the part about divorce that a lot of people like to tell you, and I'm not saying anything, right? When people are not in that process of it, they're like, oh my God, why are you still crying? Move on with your life.
Yeah.
But they
I
don't
hate
realize-
that statement. Like people ask you to move on, man.
To be honest, I want to. Who doesn't want? Who wants to be stuck in that sadness to cry, right? But to everybody out there who has went through the same thing as me or going through the same thing, take your time.
Yeah.
But you cannot go into a self-pity mode. I did, but I know there is a time where you go switch off and you say, okay, it's time to get back up.
Yes.
But that journey is your decision to make, but you have to deal with the consequences. I cannot tell you that you can take 10 years to recover. There are consequences, but are you prepared to accept the consequence? If you are, go ahead, take as long as you want.
Yeah.
I was not prepared to wallow my self-pity for 10 years because I have a family to feed.
It's a good 1 century.
Yeah. So, and I don't want to, because of one person, ruin my 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
That's my own decision. But to all the women out there or men out there, take your time. I think everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own healing process.
Yes.
No one has the right to tell you so. Go and seek treatment. Go and find help, because it doesn't show that you're weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't show. I had a hard time seeking help because I say, oh my God, I'm so weak. I need to seek help. But I tell myself, seeking help is the strongest thing you can do to be able to bounce back up.
Yes, I can feel Zen when she mentioned that she felt like she has felt her family like a disgrace.
Yes.
I think someone with a very strong personalities, right, we would have this thought.
Yes, that almost killed me, frankly. I couldn't even face my parents, to be honest with you. I thought that, oh my God.
I can feel you.
I've disgraced the family name and all, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it is a process, but I realize it's something that you have to forgive yourself first.
And the main, from whatever, Zen, thank you for sharing
Thank you.
vulnerably
Yes.
from this particular past, right? I've learned that actually the essence is finding your own identity.
Yes.
Because I realized, right, if we keep holding on, like we live for others. I want to be happy. I want to be a good wife. I want to be a good mom, but not good for myself, right? But once, if anything, I would say crumble.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous.
It is
because we
really.
lost ourselves.
Confirm.
We lost the sense of purpose.
Yes.
We don't know why are we living anymore.
Yes. And I think maybe just to understand, to explain how the extent of it, my dream was to be married and get kids. So my dream was gone. People, their dream is to be a career woman. My dream was to get married and have kids. That was my dream. I know I don't look like it, but it's true. If you ask all my secondary school friends or my primary school friends, they all know Zen's dreams only to get married and have 2 kids. That's her dream.
Okay.
Frankly, this was like my dreams being dashed completely, killed and died.
That's why you mentioned identity can change.
Yes.
Okay. And
yes.
we'll come into that later part.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Lynn, you want to share?
Don't know where to start. Basically.
Maybe you can start off like really, because another fun fact, Lynn was my guest the next episode. Yeah, so you can still share like
teaser only because you're the next one, right? In the next
yeah. So you can still share like when was the darkest moment in your life and how this moment actually changed you.
I would say that the darkest moment of my life, right, is when I'm suffering from silent depression.
Wow, I bet Sherlyn has something to share later on regarding this as well. But yeah, you can go ahead first.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that I'm having this silent depression until there's these thoughts whereby I was in my ex-company, right? While I'm on my way home, that time I already have my second kid lah. I already have my second child. So that at that moment she's only still an infant. I think she is like less than 6 months old. Yeah. And while I'm walking way back, actually I thought of like just ending my life. Yeah. The thing is that sometimes we may not realize. That's why I say that awareness is quite important, because that subconsciously when we don't realize that we are in an emotional state where we are diving it very deeply, we may come to a point of time whereby it's about silent depression, whereby you yourself also don't notice it.
Yeah.
Then the fact is that frankly speaking, everyone has been busy with their work, right? In the office and all. So no one actually noticed that you are also in this stage lah.
How do you know that you had this silent depression? What was the sign? I mean,
was it postnatal depression actually?
No, but that time already like
6 months ma.
Yeah, that could be also
right? Correct.
Postnatal.
Silent postnatal depression. Which nobody will acknowledge it because it's very so-called weak as a mom, right?
Yeah, true.
So
true, thanks for...
In fact, it's like I cried every day.
Yeah, confirm postnatal.
But I'm not crying because of the baby.
Of course. Depression, you don't know what you're crying about.
I don't know. I just like literally like it's like for working, right, it's like 9 to 5 p.m. work, right? Then basically it's not 5 lah. The work won't end at 5, frankly speaking.
Yes.
Yeah, in our modern world, right? So it's always OT. Then every day when I actually journey myself back home, especially is to my parents' home some more, right? I don't know what are in my thoughts back then. I just cry lor. I like get emotionally very easily. I'm the opposite of Zen. I get emotionally very easily.
Like without reason.
Yeah.
Just cry.
Just like have like thoughts, a lot of negative thoughts. Like, am I not good enough? Why I do so much already? Then why is there still comments? What is it that I can improve on? I don't understand at all. Basically, that there's so many comments that I feel that, I'm really doing at my best already, right? I'm giving my 100% already, right? But still, not good enough, leh. So I start questioning myself. What am I lagging off? So I'm coming to a stage where I feel that, like what Zen mentioned, right? It's really broken, no? I'm like broken into pieces. I'm broken into pieces whereby I don't know how to like match myself back again into one piece again. So at that point of time, the deepest time, right? The deepest down struggles, right? I feel that, then just end my life lah. Then don't need to bother about what other people say anymore. Then I won't be able to see anymore, right?
Do you used to be like easily get influenced by what other people say?
Yeah, I am. In the past, I am.
So you're afraid of judgment. You was afraid of judgment back then?
No, I'm not afraid of judgment. I'm a person that I'm okay to receive feedbacks.
Okay.
Then I'm a person that I'm willing to improve myself on.
Yes.
I'm those kind. I'm okay. But I feel that, but you tell me already, but I feel that I already done my 100%. Why is it still not good enough? So I also learned something that no matter how good you feel that you did your best, right? There's always feedbacks from people.
Yes, agree.
And there are always people that will appreciate you, and there were people like still commenting. So what I learned also, focus on people who appreciate me.
So that shaped you, that changed you.
So actually, how I stand up and fight again, right, is my children. Because like what Zen mentioned, if I am gone, right, then who is going to take care of my children? Huh?
You see, this is the unconditional love of the mother.
Yeah. So who is going to take care of my children? And how about my parents, my aging parents? I cannot be like keep on crying in front of them. So every time I only can when I'm walking back home, I cry. Then before I get home, I'm like, okay, I'm okay already. Cannot show my parents that I'm crying. Yeah, but do you know that we ourselves, as a woman, as a mommy, as a daughter, right, we also always wanted to show a strong front.
Yes.
Because we don't want to let our children see the downside of asthma.
Yes.
Because they will get affected. This is first.
Yes.
Then if our parents were to see us in this downside, they heart pain. They also heart pain. Then it makes them even more worried.
Yeah.
I mean, for their age already, why should we in a position that to make them even more worried?
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes I feel like, wow, so sian lor, very tired lor. But this is something that a lot of people don't understand lah. If let's say like what Zan mentioned, right? If you are not in my shoe, you can tell me, it's okay lah. Like what you mentioned, move on lah. But how to move on? If let's say you don't even know what is the underlining of your issue, right? You cannot pull the roots out one.
Without the awareness, you cannot treat.
Precisely.
Yes.
So I told myself, my children, because I need to be there for them. If let's say I'm really gone, right? Then who is going to take care of them?
Yeah.
It cannot be my parents, right? But the responsibility is back to myself. That means I tell myself, I have to stand up again and then fight one more time.
Wow.
Persist one more time. Yeah.
So that one time until here, the standing, Phoenix.
Yeah. Exactly right here.
Yeah.
Pretty. Sherlyn, what about you? Do you have something to share? Your darkest moment. I think you have, quite a fair bit to share regarding the depression kind of thing, right? The story.
Yes. Yes, so I really felt it after pregnancy, really, because, after you give birth, I'm supposed to be very happy, ma. It's been, my first baby was after I waited maybe 7 years before I had a baby. So when I have a baby, I was thinking I should be very happy.
Yes.
But the thing is, I wasn't very happy because first of all, I had to struggle with the breastfeeding. The breastfeeding was a challenge, and I was worried whether it's enough milk even for the baby. And then second of all, the baby was always crying and cannot sleep very well. Then so I was really like the only person dealing with the baby. So when I was facing the baby and then the baby was crying back at me, I remember once I was thinking like, why is this happening to me? Like, what can I do? Like, how can the baby even stop crying? When will this ever end? I was thinking, this is like so difficult. I really felt like so bad. In fact, I had the thought of what if I just like jump together with the baby, and then quickly I put that thought back away again. At the moment, it was just very down, and I could not see any happiness in anything because I was very, very critical, I would say, in everything that I had to do perfectly. Like a lot of things I had to put myself like, I have to put, let's say the milk, I have to be so accurate. And I forced myself to a certain extent that it was really very taxing for myself. So much so that I feel that I went overboard now, that I really felt really, really down for a while. And then I was thinking, how come I cannot see any happiness in anything at all?
Could it be because of you have very high expectation, or maybe you are someone who is a perfectionist? I'm not sure. I'm just wondering.
Yes, I used to be like that. I used to be like that.
Yeah, so because when you mentioned the milk have to be very precise, right?
Yes. Like have to make sure how much and then how many hours have to go on it.
Oh gosh, same.
I don't even care. It's quite crazy, like a bit. Now that I think about it, but at the moment it was very important to me that I have to do it accurately, no matter what people around me tell me it's okay, just relax. I don't need to do until like that. But at that moment in time, it was, no, I had to do it very precisely, very accurately, very properly. And then I realized that was not who I wanted to be, but it was how I was actually taught to be. Because when I was young, it was like, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. So to me, I always put like, okay, if I must do it until a certain standard, then there won't be any complaints. Right?
I see.
So the kind of standard I put for myself, and maybe after giving birth, there's this postnatal
depression also. I think it seems like very common, is it? I mean, it seems like because Lynn may had it, Sherlyn, the darkest moment was like, after giving birth as well.
Yeah, so nobody actually really talks about this because we are having a baby, right? Everybody's happy, give ang pao, and then like celebrating. But actually there are a lot of struggles because having a newborn is like having a lot of new things we have to learn that nobody teaches us about.
Yeah.
And then it's like I have to learn this whole learning curve. And then
from zero.
And then on top of that, not enough sleep, right? Not enough sleep.
Not enough sleep.
Yeah.
Not enough sleep. Then got fussy baby. So everything coupled together. Coupled together, then it became a bit too very
overwhelming for you.
Like I felt that I was losing myself really. Like the free spirit that I like to be. Actually, I'm a very free spirit. Like I love freedom and things like that. When I became pregnant with my first child, I went into like the opposite mode. It was like totally not me. So like through those days, then I realized that that's not who I want to be.
So like, this incident actually made you start to ponder who I want to be.
Yeah. And it's after all to be a free spirit. I really love freedom. Freedom is for me. So now I'm much more into letting them do what they want to do. Initially, I was also a very controlling mom. Like, you cannot do this, you cannot drink this, you cannot eat this, you cannot... I don't know, the list goes on and on. But now it's more like, okay, you make a decision,
Yeah. So from being a very controlling mom to someone who just, you want to do what you let you do, like kan kai, right? It's really such a journey, right? Like definitely a lot of inner work that you have put into yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I think it's very, thanks for sharing, but it's so interesting when you shared this, right? It reminds me of myself, like every 3 hours must wake up, must pump.
Correct.
And I totally agree. You get into postnatal, and I think I know why. Because social media is such a big thing, right? Oh, this is such a cool mom. Has a lot of milk lah. The baby is very round lah, natural lah. Come out immediately slim lah. You know what I mean? The image of when you give birth is like come out. How come she like never put on weight lah? She like very so slim. You know what I mean? The Instagram worthy mother, right? Then you realize you gave birth. Why you look like that? Why the stomach still there? How come it's still 10 kg overweight? How come my milk is not like so much, right? Now that I think about it, so thanks for reminding. Oh my God, I was totally different from the post that I saw in other people, So I feel that we are affected by all the fake lives out there, right?
Yeah, the image that has been put by others.
Yeah,
that mom should be like that.
Yes, that you should be able to still breastfeed. Then you're supposed to have firm boobs after breastfeeding. After you can feed the kids, so you can be a perfect mom. You can cook the food naturally. Oh my God.
Wow. I'm learning so much here, Like, okay,
are we scaring you?
No. Definitely not. I'm just kind of preparing myself.
Yes. You're really ready because you have us.
Yes. Although I told my fiance, I said that it's okay. After we get baby, I still want to sleep. Like you don't kind of kacau me, but I doubt so, man.
Yeah. Let me burst your little bubbles.
Three of you, like 3 out of 300% said that you will really die for your children. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I need to have a little bit of preparation.
My God, it brings me back to memories. It's really scary.
Is it like, I'm really curious, impromptu question asked. How do you all get over the fact that, hey, suddenly I got tummy already? You know, like, definitely you used to be slim, and then suddenly now you need to look at your boobs, maybe shaggy boobs, and then your tummy, and then how do you face that? And then how do you really one day just stand up, say that, okay, I want to make a change right now? How?
Maybe I start first. Because I feel this one quite relatable lah. I would say that all mummies, including myself, after pregnancy, I wanted go back to my pre-pregnancy weight. Confirm lah.
Yes.
That's for sure. But the however thing is that it does not happen for a good 9 years for me.
Why though?
9 years, like ever since my firstborn, I couldn't shed off that big tummy.
Why?
9 years already. What I understand from my doctor is that our metabolism actually slow down.
Yeah.
So whatever we take in, it couldn't process. Then it store at the tummy areas. So what actually makes me like need to do something about it, right? Is based on my health strike. After 9 years. After 9 years, I got a wake-up call from my doctors that I actually got a high blood pressure.
Yes.
And she said the main concerns, right? The main point is due to obesity, being overweight. So
what was your BMI? Do you remember?
I can't remember my BMI, but I was 69 kg and my fat levels is at about 34%.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is on the extreme high side lah. And my visceral fat was 6.5 layers.
Wow.
Yeah. So you just imagine your head is being wrapped up by 7 plastic bags lah. So that is a good wake-up call from my doctor because she mentioned that my high blood pressure may lead to possibility of stroke. So that is...
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so that's a very, very big wake-up call for me. So even before this, actually, I already give up on getting back my good tummy already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's because of this, then I wake up lah. So that's my side of story of like the tummy, whereby I accept my tummy for 9 years. But it's because of doctors' advice that I have to do something about it.
Finally, you need to release this baby already.
Yeah,
after
it's
9
like
years.
a 5 months old baby, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we let her share first?
Sherlyn, maybe you share. Yeah.
Okay, for me, actually, I don't have an issue with weight so much because since young, I've had eczema. So along the way, throughout my journey, I've learned to be more holistic in what I eat so that my eczema doesn't flare up. But for me, what I lack in is actually the exercise. Because I'm actually, after I gave birth, I think for a good few years, I did not exercise at all. Maybe I would think easily, maybe 6 years or something. Nothing to do with exercise at all. So it was also like in the journey as I grew, and I realized that I had to care for myself because it's not just about other people like my kids or whoever. It's really about me and my health. My body is the one that's going to protect me and this going to keep me for the rest of my life.
Yes.
So that's why I decided to pick up yoga to build strength. Yoga to build strength. Of course, the body is not going to be the same as previously, but what I would say is embrace what we have. Because we can no longer go back to those days, but I've seen people who are very consistent who have managed to do that. But what I'm happy with is more like a more toned body, so that it's more for my own health, and so that I can walk a longer journey with the family, do what I want to do, to impact more people. Yeah. So important.
Like you mentioned that.
Like
you mentioned that you took 6 years, right, to had this wake up call. What was your 6 years routine be like? Like the first 6 years, right? What was your routine like every day? Day to day, what do you do?
Children and work because working mama. So it's either the clients or the children, clients or children. So that was really my main focus. Yeah, it was nothing for myself. I didn't even think I ran out, to relax or anything like that initially.
Do you even hang out with your girlfriends?
Everyone was also, everyone, how would I say, I was very focused on work. I'm very focused on doing my stuff, my completing my work, and then going back to doing my job as a full-time mom really. So it was really like the zone is work, then kid, work, kid.
Yeah.
So that's why it was very difficult those periods.
And then when you decided that you wanted to change, right? So 6 years after, finally, yes, I want to change. So what have you changed? Like your routine, right? What have you changed? So where do you get that time to slot in for your me time, for you to love yourself?
Oh, so now it is more like I have to do it for myself first. They always say pay yourself first. So first thing in the morning, do something that makes me happy first. Like do some deep breathing, possibly, and then take my time to slowly do my things at my pace. And then before I let the other things come along, like the other things can still come in, but first is to take care of myself first. That's where the difference is.
So before that, right, you woke up and then you just went and chiong already. You didn't give yourself time.
Just chiong.
Like wake up, bath, and then chiong.
Chiong already, yes. Just chiong already. I'm very like, okay, now this is what I have to do. The checklist, finish this, just very, very focused on doing all these things.
But nothing on the checklist was about you back then. But right now, your checklist, definitely something about you, right? Can I say that? I would say I'll be more present to my feelings. So when I feel like it, maybe sometimes if I walk halfway and I feel like, I feel like enough, I can slow down. I can stop, sip a drink, take time off, and then do things like that. Chillax, and not think that it's a waste of time. Yeah. Like when you start enjoy of being on your own, right? You feel like, wow, I'm the prettiest woman in the world, right?
Yes. Yeah, and when I tell myself, like it feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so you get that confidence in yourself as well.
Totally. So it was a journey from being so focused on work and all to and with the family until right now where I'm more at peace.
Yes.
Maybe.
I think the peace is the main word here, because when I met Sherlyn, right, she was sharing with me like, oh, I was such a perfectionist, and this perfectionist mindset kind of made me had my depression, and then she went through that period, and then now she's at peace. Yeah. It's really not not an easy journey, because a lot of people, they couldn't understand how a perfectionist would behave. Right? I think, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what about Zen?
I think Sherlyn's blessed lah. I think she's born slim. I can tell from what you said. I'm a completely different person. I think I cannot blame my parents, but I was born fat. Okay, I
Is
think
it?
Really. I was born a bit on the obese side, and my mom will tell you that I think I ate half the family's 海餐 now. Okay, so I think my dream is always to be a mom, right? And then because I was a fat kid, I really had this low self-esteem about me. I started dieting since 13 years old. To the extent that at 13, when I dieted, my hair dropped because I didn't eat. I went through various fat diets and all. And then, of course, then you start dating, you lose weight and you look good, right?
Yeah.
And all my friends would know I'm a exercise fanatic.
Yes.
Because I was that fat. So it's this whole image self-confidence that I lacked, right, etc. So I exercised every day. So of course, remember then my dream was to get married and have 2 kids,
Yes.
So I need to say, okay, if I want to get married, have 2 kids, I need to strategize. So I was like a perfectionist, like Sherlyn as well. That I told myself, okay, I need to lose weight so I can find a boyfriend,
Yes,
If not,
yes,
how
yes.
to find a boyfriend, right?
Your motivation.
Okay, my motivation. So I'm motivated to lose weight to find a boyfriend. So I did. Praise the Lord. I got married and I have 2 kids, right? But remember, I also wanted to be a mother of 2, right?
Yes.
And I'm also a perfectionist, and I'm like her, right? When I say I give birth, I need to breastfeed, I means I must breastfeed. The whole family is very scared of me,
Why though?
because if you stop me from breastfeeding, I can tell you, you all die. Okay, for sure. That's me. Okay, and that's very scary, right? Until my mother-in-law don't even dare to come near me, I said, either I die or I breastfeed. You choose. It's that extent because it must be my baby only takes fresh milk from my mother's breast. That kind. Yeah, really, really, really. You may find it obsessive, but it's real. And it's to the extent of postnatal, okay? So I'm extreme, right? I was exercising. I exercised until 8 months. And then after that, I didn't put on weight actually during the pregnancy. In fact, I only put on 12 kg because I'm obsessive. Until my ex-husband that time asked me, are you giving birth or are you fighting for Olympic game?
So you were pregnant and then you were exercising at the same time.
Until the doctor said this has to stop because your baby is not growing enough. Okay, so okay lor. Then the moment you bring in baby, you'll be like, oh, my baby is not growing. Okay, doctor say eat beef and durian every day. It's the worst combination on earth, right? Okay. So of course, baby came out healthy and all. Then I went into another extreme to go, I'm no longer important. Who cares whether I look fat? Mothers are meant to look frumpy. Where you see after a while you give up on yourself because your main aim is the fact that I have kids and the kids are out. What happens? It's all about them. Then you forget about yourself. Who cares about how you look? Who cares about what your husband feels? It's the fact that my baby must be fat,
Yeah.
Fat, must be look cute. Then you are proud, you're a proud mother, right? So I think these 2 ladies are amazing. They realized that they need to take care of themselves.
Yes.
I didn't because I felt that mommy's main job is to breastfeed and to keep my kids up, right? I think, so it's interesting because now I'm in a weight management and anti-aging business. So one day my good friend said to me, Zana, I want you to know you look like auntie. Maybe you should do something about it, right? Was it hurtful? It was. But it was a wake-up call. She said to me, are you sure you're okay to look like this at this age? Because I was a very young mother. I got married at 24, 25. And my first kid was 28. At that point of time, my friends were partying. I was already a mom.
I see.
So you can imagine the looks difference.
Yes.
And for a perfectionist, when someone says that to you, you go, oh dear.
Yeah.
So I realized that as a mom, when you put yourself back, there's 2 extreme cases. One, the moment you give birth, immediately want to lose weight, or the other extreme will be like me. Who cares how I look? My duty is a mother.
Was it because you have persuaded yourself?
Yes, I have given up. I have convinced myself to say, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. No matter how, even though I look like a tzu, right? Yeah. As my husband who I gave birth, like I already tahan 9 months, right? You better love me for who I am,
Yes.
The whole psychoing yourself is okay one. You look like auntie is okay one because why you gave birth?
赢完了, you win.
Yeah, you cannot fight me one. I'm like, you want to fight me? I gave birth or you gave birth?
Okay.
It's that kind of like 你一定死了啦. All I can say is you sure die one. You come against me, you sure die also, okay? Then I think, then I became a cow. So my father-in-law used to say to me, hey, Mumu cow, your turn to feed already. So after a while, right, I look at myself in the mirror and go, oh shoot, do I really want to be an ugly Mumu cow?
Yeah.
That all I am is giving milk? Really, every 3 hours I wake up from my sleep just to think I don't dare to go out because I look like that, cannot fit into my clothes, right? And then of course my ex-colleague came to me and say, really?
Do you have your previous photo with
One
you?
day I'll show you, and I was scared of living crap out of you. They all saw it and I think they almost fainted.
Wow.
And then till today, when my kids look at my previous photo, they be like, what happened to you, mom? You look as though kena lorry bang like that. Rude. Really, really. And I said, that's why you need to have self-care first, And I can tell you that was then a wake-up call to say, you really need to take care of yourself, because if you don't even like what you see in the mirror, actually that energy is then brought to your kids.
Yeah, true.
And it's a lot of things, right? Then I think God is good. I always say that the moment I realized that I need to save myself, and then it made me start my own business as well to help other women out there, because I realized the easiest thing to do is to give yourself excuse to say it's okay to look like this.
Yes, that's the easiest way.
Yeah, it's the easiest because then you can let off all responsibility and say 不是我的错. It's because now I gave birth to 2 kids, right?
Yes.
But it's a thin line between I need to look like a supermodel. I need to look like an Instagram mom where I need to be perfect. I need to breastfeed, right? So I came from an extreme case where, I was, who cares? Who cares? I look like that because it's my God-given right because I gave birth.
Yes.
Okay, so from that to the extreme to say, okay, now I need to look perfect. I need to be the best mom, breastfeed. I need to run my business. I need to help other women. I need to look Superwoman. So I went from the extreme of giving up on myself to then being, okay, I will be the mother who can do it all. Really, really. So it's the perfectionist thing, yeah? You will have excuses for yourself that why you can do this, why you cannot do that, etc.
Yes.
Extreme. And I think, as I mentioned to you, that was the greatest change. When you help more women, you realize you need to be a living example. That gives you more pressure as well. And
become your push factor to be better as well.
Correct. But it also gives me a place where I cannot fall, which means I tell myself, because now you are the so-called living example for women, you cannot be weak, man.
Yeah, true.
So it gives me an extreme end, then I cannot be weak, which you and I know is not true, right? We all have our struggles, but I think the people, my team who know me previously when I first started the business, when I had to be the most perfect, I was not a very nice person. Because I have no empathy. I told myself, if I can be like that, so can you. Right?
You're more of a logical person.
I'm emotional, but I'm logical when I need to deliver what I need to deliver, right? So
it's the best combination, what?
Yeah, so it's really how, I agree. So it's how to then go in between. Why I said the divorce was the best thing, because then I realized in life, it's not about being extreme. In life, is in situations you start to come in between where you are comfortable and you start to accept yourself. Yeah, to love yourself for who you are, but it's about still recognizing that you can then don't give up on yourself.
Yeah.
Because I'm very worried for women where I see a lot of them where after they give birth, they feel that their identity is being a mom, so who cares about how I look?
Yeah.
Yeah, versus the other extreme to go, I need to do all the other Botox, everything to look like a perfect mom.
Yes.
There is no such thing. Right?
It's
There's
like
no such thing.
Suddenly, because of mother, this identity, right?
Yes.
Like became a reason for you to give up, to love yourself or to have self-care.
Yes. So I think in that process, then you realize you need to balance, right? Like, and I truly believe in this as a mom. Whatever you believe and say, it pass on to my kids, one.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It is really it's a living guideline. Like, I'll be upfront because of my business, because of my business. Just today itself, I was having lunch with my daughter, and then I just took a chip, a potato chip. Then she looked at me, Mom, didn't you say you need to watch your weight? Please put back the potato chip right now.
Your daughter is exactly like
my
you.
daughter's exactly like me. Then I said, but one won't die. That's not what you tell your customer. You say every one counts. Then I go, okay, fine. Then I put it back. Right? So, but I realize your kids will be like you. They become cynical if you're cynical. They become positive if you're positive.
Yes.
And in that process, that's what made me wake up. To say that if I'm not going to be healthy myself, my kids are not going to be healthy, right?
Because you're the living model.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as I say, I'm very blessed to have a partner who then reminds me to say, if you're going to be this negative, your kids are going to be like you.
True.
Yeah. And it also made me realize you can transform your own health. You have the very right to do that. You can transform how you look because you deserve to look good, whether or not you're a mother or not.
Yes.
And you also have the right to transform your life to whatever you want to be, because who you are will then influence your kids.
Yes.
Yes. And people around you.
That's why some people would say that it's a vicious cycle.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. If you couldn't break it, it's become a vicious cycle. So you have to break it right here, right now.
Yes. And I find myself that, whether it's postnatal or whether it's not, like, as I mentioned to you, the whole entire divorce process, when I fall into this whole depression, I become negative. Actually, maybe the kids don't feel like how I feel. Maybe they feel it's okay. But because I'm so negative, then it makes my kids negative as well. So it's to be able to snap out of it and say, there's nothing wrong, right?
Yeah.
As long as you can give love to your kids, that's fine. Who says it has to be a perfect family?
Correct.
Yes. So it's an adjustment to make. There is no such thing as a perfect mom. There's only such thing as be the best mom you can be. That's it.
Yes, agree.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing very powerful stories.
Yes.
So that was like, those were your previous struggle, right, ladies? Okay, because today's podcast is about
Struggles.
boss babes struggling. Okay, so that was previous struggle. Then what about right now? Because when people talk about, hey, you are living such a good life right now while traveling, keep traveling, right? Yoga, or have a sip, chillax and all that. What was your current struggle, if you don't mind sharing? What was your current struggle right now? Being in this entrepreneurial road, behind this limelight. Maybe, Sherlyn, you want to share first?
In the entrepreneur world, I guess mainly it's going to be more on outsourcing. If you think like, outsourcing in the sense that I'm getting help to make the job easier. Yeah, so this is the part about time management right now.
Okay,
Because there is a lot. Yeah.
like
with a lot
delegating
of-
your tasks and all that to be more efficient.
Because, currently, because there are so many things that I want to do, but the time is limited. Yeah, so it's really about how to best work with this. And this is what I'm struggling with right now. I mean, it's not say struggle, but I'm trying to find solutions. And it's good that nowadays there's a lot of technology that can help with it. Yeah, that's why Candy and I went.
Okay, about efficiency, because as a boss, as an entrepreneur, we always want efficiency. Time is the essence, right? Yeah, but what about both of you?
I think my struggle is different, right? As a single mom, frankly, I don't have someone else to help me, right? So I think the struggle I have is still mom guilt, right? My mom guilt because, and I think maybe some people would understand me, and I think it's a wrong mindset. It's something I'm trying to get out of it as well, that I need to double compensate to my children. Right? That I said, everybody else has both dad and mom to love the person, but whereas for me, it's me. And and because I love kids so much and children so much, and I'm very blessed. I'm born in a very loving family where my mom and dad would love to shower me with love and all. And to me, as I said to you, it is a very difficult process where I realize it's only me showering that so much love on my children. And it's always the fact that I blame it on myself to say, hey, it's not enough because it's just me. Right? And I tend to like to then say, how can I then give more?
Yeah.
Right? So I think my struggle is the fact that as a mompreneur, there are other parts of the business that's also seeking my attention, right?
Yes.
And it's to then ask yourself, at any point in time, focus on what's important at that point in time. For me, I like to everything also want to do well, right?
Yes.
Like everything. Then when I'm here, I'll think about my kids. When I'm with my kids, I think my business. That's
Never
my real
presence.
Yes, so I'm not present. So my challenge is being present, which is a very big thing, right? Because you cannot enjoy life until you're being present.
Yes.
And learning to not worry about the future, not to regret about the past, but to be present, because in itself, that's where life is present.
Yes.
Right. But because, as I said, it's a chip on my shoulder. I'll be very honest to say that, hey, because I'm a single mom, I need to double plan for my kids because it's just me, or I need to double compensate everything. So I'm always, what's next? How do I prevent this from happening?
Yes.
Right. When actually, simply is my team just needs me now. My customers just need me now. My children just need me now. It's just a matter of where am I present and to just give 100%.
Yes.
So my greatest challenge, honestly, is be in the present, appreciate the present, give thanks for the present. That's it. That's my current challenge.
Yes, being present, I think is one of the. I think it's a common challenge for people nowadays because we have been always in a rush mood.
Yes,
we are like a bullet train.
Yes, yes.
While being here, we sort of think about next 1 hour, what am I going to do? Or what have I done wrong? Never at the present.
Be present. For me, that's my greatest challenge.
Thank you. Lynn?
Yeah, as what Sherlyn and Zan mentioned, right? We want to do the best of everything in the shortest time, in the speed of light. But that's impossible lah.
Yeah.
So like what Zan mentioned, I also agree on to be in presence because recently I've been traveling a lot. So for me, I'm a person that I cannot travel without my kids in the past. So if you want me to travel, right, it's actually a big struggle for me. In fact, until now, I still trying to adapt to that kind of mom's guilt that when I travel to meet my referrals, my customers overseas, right? But one thing I really learned that is to be in presence at the moment. What's the main purpose that I travel? I don't travel for playing, right?
Yeah.
I travel there is because there's someone there who trusted in me.
And needed you as well.
And needed me at that moment, at that point of time.
Yes.
So I would also I will position my children and I will tell them that, educate them, actually what's the main purpose for mommy for traveling? And they do understand. So I thank God that both my child, they actually understand the reason why I actually embark on this business per se. So even though other people may not understand, but I feel that I got the blessing from my husband and my children and my parents, right? That will be good enough already, I feel. Yes. So to be in presence in what Zen mentioned, right? When I'm at overseas, I focus on the people who needed me at that point of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then when I'm back to my children, right, I will just give them my best, give them my 100% to have that quality of time with them, to do things that they like. Really to have that bonding because for my so-called my terms of quality of time, right, it's not just being with the children itself in the same room, but rather to do things together jointly with them.
So am I right to say that somehow this was your challenge and then you have kind of overcame it? Or
I never overcame it, as what you mentioned. We don't overcome. We adapt to it.
Better.
To become better.
Yeah.
So I guess this would be like a forever challenge.
I think it's a very big challenge for me. Like now I'm talking to you, I'm thinking whether my kids are eating or not. You know what I mean? It's such I'm like, okay, should I call her later to ask her if she eat or not? You know, it's a real challenge for me.
Yeah, that's why I also have this challenge, that's why many a times, right, I try to be on do not disturb mode. If not, my mind would be like, oh, suddenly this notification came, email came, and then Instagram came. Yeah. Okay. I think it's about time. Yeah. And we are not ended here yet, because today what we actually shared is really, we have so much to share because we are just at the 冰山一角, just
at the iceberg.
Yeah. A lot more to share because we have not discover or uncover, how they actually break through themselves, how they actually master their destiny, to once again to tell the universe that, hey, look, you try to beat me down, but I'm not this weak, okay?
Yeah.
And what we're going to do, because ladies here, we actually come together, we form a woman empowering community, and we're going to have this very, very amazing Zoom event, which is coming on the 27th December, 8 p.m. And the post will come out very, very soon. So what will we cover over the Zoom? It's really on what are the tips or how they actually overcome. It's really on the practical step and how they actually, uncover how they get the self-awareness part, how they did their inner work. And then the intention of us is actually to actually get all the ladies who actually wanting to change their life or to be better or to look forward to their 2024 to be, not to be perfect, but just to be better, just 1% better.
Yes.
So here ends our life and we will see you guys on the 27th, 8 p.m. Zoom. Thank you, Sherlyn. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Virtual hug, love, icing.
Oh, yeah.
Yay! Thank you for being part of this incredible dialogue. We hope this episode has inspired you to embrace heart-to-heart dialogue in your own life. If you love to share your stories with us, DM us, comment below, or use the hashtag HTHDstories. Your voice matters, and we can't wait to listen and learn from you. If you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with your friends. Remember, every genuine conversation has the power to make a difference. Let's make an impact together. Till next time.